Salam alaikum, how y'all doing? Yeah? Mon présentation va être en français aujourd'hui. Est-ce que tout le monde parle français? Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un ici qui parle français? Ici? Oh, all right. No, I'm just kidding. I was going to do it. I was just messing around. Charles like, yo, when you come up speaking Arabic, tell them you're Emirati so you know Emirati. I was like, yo, I studied French in school. I'm at the Sorbonne University. Let me like bring out the French. That's what I was going to do. But if everyone wants, so English is good with everyone? Yeah. All right, cool, guys. So once again, my name is Marwan, also known as DJ Bliss. I'm here today to talk about, as an Emirati, being in the music industry, being in the entertainment industry, how I got into it, and where I am today. I've got 7 minutes, so I've got to make it really quick. I'm going to try and like run through a lot of the stuff and then let you know about where I am today. So how did I get into music? A lot of people ask me, how did you get into music? And I always tell everyone, I don't think that I found music. I think music found me because it wasn't nothing I studied. It wasn't anything in my household. It wasn't anything I even like thought about when I was in high school or university. I went to school in Dubai. I went to university and studied computers. While I was in school and studying computers in university, I mean, I loved music. I loved going to high school parties. I loved listening to the radio, but it wasn't really anything I was thinking like I'd be here today telling you guys about where I am. So I first started off DJing at high school parties and running my high school radio station. And from there, it turned into DJing at some parties while I was in university. And when I was studying computers, because my dad told me, he's like, you have to study computers right now, son. This is what it is. Everybody's studying computers. You're going to study computers. And just that's how you're going to be. That's what you need to be doing. So I studied computers, but when I came out of it, I was like, this is definitely not for me. So I followed the voice within me that told me to follow my dreams, which was eventually going to be music. So I got into radio straight after that. And when I got into radio, my dad, again, he was like, Baba, what are you doing? Why don't you be like your brothers? You're working at Pepsi, working at Philips, working at Snickers, working at Mars. And it's a funny story. The reason why I'm telling you this story is because even though he used to tell me that, and he'd always say, why are you becoming a DJ? Why are you becoming a MC? Why are you working on TV? Every time we had guests over at the house, it'd be all 5 of us, my 3 brothers and my sister, 5 total. He would never say anything about that. He said, hey, did you see my son's TV show? It was on TV yesterday, 9:30 p.m., 3:30 repeat. So he still, even though he used to really encourage me not to do it, he was still very proud of what I was doing. This comes to my next point, which I want to talk about, which is about how it was, I guess, taken by my family and the culture over here. I mean, can I see hands of all the Emiratis here right now? How many of you are musicians, singers, rappers? How many, like, all right. I don't see that. I see like maybe like 5 hands. How many of you think you can go home to your parents right now and tell them that that's what you want to do for the rest of your life? And they won't kill you? Sorry? Oh, well, that's great. I mean, but you saw, like, you know, from the hands that went up earlier and then the percentage that came down in an industry that I chose to go in, and then even further down about the response you get from them. But I really encourage you to, like, you know, follow your dreams. I'm not saying get into music. I'm not trying to turn everybody into rapper, MC. Please, like, your parents are going to call me. What I'm saying is to follow your dreams. You know, you might be studying something. You might be thinking about doing something in your future. But, you know, make sure you do something that you love, because that's what I did. You know, it was very difficult from the start right up until where I am today. It was very, very difficult because I was getting into an industry which wasn't really tolerated by our culture necessarily. I was getting into, and also like most of what I do is in, you know, all the TV, radio, music that I do is all English music. So, you know, we have the best of the best from the Western world, and I was trying to make it out big over here. But, you know, I never gave up. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I felt like was within me to do, and that's what I wanted to give back to the world. That's the, you know, and that's what I did. And it took me to, you know, places around the world. I've DJed in countries like you can't imagine, like Ethiopia, Yemen, I went to Africa, I went to all of Europe, I went to Asia, I went to America. I've interviewed like some of the biggest celebrities in the world, like Kanye West, Paris Hilton, Akon. I forget all the names, but everyone who came out, I met all my favorite celebrities. I made wish lists. I used to always have a list of things that I always wanted to do. I was like, I really want to meet like, this person. One of my biggest groups that I used to listen to when I was in high school was a group called the Fugees. Yeah. I mean, Killing Me Softly, you know the song, right? I used to listen to this group when I was in high school graduating, and I used to see a DJ play it. So I was like, man, I really wish that I could be a DJ like him one day. And then thinking about the Fugees, last year, I was DJing at Formula One, Abu Dhabi, and they called me, the club that I was DJing at. They said, yo, Bliss, Wyclef is coming, Wyclef from the Fugees, and he's not bringing his DJ. Can you DJ for him? And I said, yeah, of course. So I met Wyclef at the sound check, and it was a bit surreal for me because this guy's like my idol. When I was in high school, he was already popular with a hit song. So I met Wyclef, and Wyclef said, yo, Bliss, we should get into the studio and record some music together because I really want to get like some Arabic music into my songs. And I said, well, it's amazing that you say that because me and my producer thought it'd be a great idea to bring our entire studio from Dubai to Abu Dhabi in our hotel room at the Rotan An Yas and set up there to shoot this video and show people that we're not always in our studio. So Wyclef said, yeah, all right, let's do it. We'll do it tomorrow. But I've heard this so many times, I was like, he's never going to call back. It's not going to happen. Funny enough, the next day, he calls me. He says, yo, Bliss, are we still meeting up today? I said, yes, we're meeting up. This is my hotel room. And he came through, and I have video footage of all this, which, by the way, I'll share with you later on. He comes to the studio. We record one song that night. He was about to leave. I let him hear another beat, record our second song before he left. He came back the next day, recorded the third song. And the day after that was the day he was flying. He came and recorded half of another one. So we had 3.5, almost 4 songs done. And he says, Bliss, you should really come to New York to my studio and record some more music. So I went back to New York. We finished the 4th song and 5 songs. So I've recorded 5 songs with a group and a guy who's my idol when I was in high school. And actually today is the day that Wyclef, who ran for the president of Haiti, decided that he, for whatever reason, that didn't come through. Since he did the music, he ran for president of Haiti, coming out with his new album, and today his new album drops. And the first single off his new album is a song that was produced by myself and Prince Q. And it's pretty amazing that it happened on this day. So it's just a story about how things fell into place, about how I went to Abu Dhabi to DJ. We took our studio. Wyclef was there. He was my, idol when I was in school. We recorded the songs. The song came out. And then the song comes out of all days, the day where I'm here at TEDx with you guys as well, for me to tell you that story too. But it's not by chance, This is all the universe and a plan it has for all of us. And if you really get in touch with your inner self, and really agree with yourself what it is that you want to do in your life, and honestly, it could be anything from engineering, architecture, climbing mountains, anything at all. It really is something that you just have to get in touch with yourself, have conversations with yourself, and know what you want, and that's how you'll get it. And just before I go, I want to tell you a story because I was out the other day, and somebody asked me, they said, yo, Bliss, so who was your inspiration? How did you get into this? And I never really have an answer for that. And I was also telling someone just before I started that I don't really like talking in front of audiences like this. It makes me really nervous. If you notice at the beginning, my voice was shaking. I mean, I've spoken in front of like the royal family of Dubai and, like millions of people. But I actually prefer to be in a nightclub where they're just throwing their hands up, or being on the radio where I can't see you guys, or even TV where I can't see you. So. But yeah, so somebody asked me, so who was your inspiration? Like, what inspired you? And I tried to go back, and I always try to think about this question. It's a question that always comes up in a lot of interviews that I do as well. Like, so who's your inspiration? And I was like, I really do not know, because I'm self-taught. I never studied TV. I never studied radio. I never studied DJing. I just watched people. I watched, if somebody was DJing, I just stand there and just ask questions, and I learned. And then this guy was just grilling me, and he was like, so seriously, but there must be that one person, somebody who inspired you. And I was like, I really don't know. When I came back after 5 minutes, I said, you know what, buddy? I was like, You know what really inspires me? I just thought about it and I found the answer. I said, I get up every day, and it's been the same thing in the past as well. I just never thought of it. Is that I get up and I look in the mirror, I'm like, you inspire me. So you can inspire yourself. Thank you.